Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with your daily analysis of the S&P 500 for the trading session dated 27th of November. I'm recording this video 10 past 5 in the afternoon, New York time, 27th. The daily chart level, the wave count's mostly the same. I'm expecting though that we have actually started on a little fourth wave correction at minor degree. I'm expecting this correction to last for 1 to 2 weeks to be somewhat in proportion to minor wave 2, so that the wave count within intermediate wave 5 has what we call the right look. When it's done, I'll expect more upwards movement towards this target at 1864. Intermediate wave 5 will reach equality in length with intermediate wave 1. When I know where minor wave 4 has ended, I will add to this target calculation at a second wave degree, so it may widen to a small zone or it may change. If we see price move above 1858.03, at that stage cycle wave B in its entirety from its start at 666.79 would be longer than 138% the length of cycle wave A. At supercycle degree, this main wave count sees a big expanded flat unfolding. Within a flat, the maximum common length of wave B in relation to A is 138%. When the B wave gets longer than that, the probability that a flat is unfolding reduces, so above this price point I must swap over the wave counts, and I would expect that the alternate daily bullish wave count would be more likely. At this stage for both of them I expect it's most likely we've started on a fourth wave correction, and for both of them I would expect the fourth wave correction to be choppy and overlapping, lasting 1 to 2 weeks, and find support at the upper edge of the big maroon channel, which contains all of cycle wave B from its start. It can't move into the wave 1 price territory below 1775.22. Let's have a look at what's happening on the hourly chart. Before we go there, the reason why I'm swapping over the hourly charts is the last couple of days' movement. If minor wave 3 is not over here and it continues higher and we're just in the final fifth wave, then on the daily chart it would have a really strong 3-wave look. That would give this final upwards movement a really odd look. Let's have a look at the hourly chart with the start of the possible fourth wave correction here is this point here. So for the last day or so, we've had choppy, overlapping sideways movement in a narrow range. On the 1 minute chart, this downwards movement subdivides beautifully as a 5-wave impulse. Here we have a 5, we have an expanded flat for a 3, and here we have a 5. So we have either A, B, or 1, 2. Given the guideline of alternation, I will expect minor wave 4 to most likely be a flat correction. It could also be a triangle, a combination, a double zigzag. For all of those, we need the first A wave down to begin. So far, because we have a 5 and now a 3, I'll expect another 5 down. At 1793, minuet wave C would reach 2.618, the length of minuet wave A, and that would bring downwards movement to find support at the lower edge of this pink channel, which I have drawn around minor wave 3 using Elliott's second technique. If that's what happens, then at that stage we'll have a 3 down, and the invalidation point for this wave count will no longer apply. If minor wave 4 is unfolding as a regular flat, expanded flat, running triangle or combination, it can include a price extreme beyond the start of the first 3-wave movement. When A is over, I'll expect B up to be quite deep and to actually be quite likely to make a new high above 1808.42. This invalidation point will only apply for a little while longer, only while we have the next little bit down unfolding. When we have a 5 down, the invalidation point must be removed. I'll expect overall minor wave 4 to probably end about the 0.382 Fibonacci ratio of minor 3, which is at 1784.65. Alternatively, it's still possible that minor 3 is not over, but this clear channel breach now over the last session, we have 4 hourly candles comfortably outside, below, and not touching this parallel channel, makes it look like this upwards movement is over and the next wave is underway. So that's another reason why this is an alternate wave count today. For this one, we should see movement very quickly above 1808.42 early in tomorrow's session. If that happens, this alternate wave count would probably be correct, and I'd expect more upwards movement to about 1815, where the third wave would reach 1.618, the length of the first wave. For this one, the invalidation point at 1800.58 will remain. If we see movement below that point, this alternate will be firmly invalidated and we will have clarity that we are in a fourth wave correction. Otherwise, we can expect the possibility of more upwards movement to complete minor wave 3, about 1821 to 1826. At 1821, minute wave 5 would reach equality in length with minute wave 3, and at 1826, minor wave 3 would reach 0.618, the length of minor wave 1. For the alternate bullish wave count, the same two possibilities remain. I should probably fix this chart and put the end of minute wave 3 at this high right here. It's again still more likely for this one. We're in a fourth wave correction, and when that's done, we'll go on up towards the final target at 1864. The bullish wave count does not diverge from the main wave count for several weeks, maybe even months. It still expects from this low on up a completed 5-wave impulse and then a big trend change, this one to see downwards movement for a second wave, which should break below the blue channel here on the daily chart. A breach of the big maroon channel on the monthly chart would see this alternate bullish wave count firmly discarded, and the main bearish wave count would then be confirmed. So we didn't get clarity. Both of those hourly wave counts remain valid, but looking at the structure on the daily chart and the form of the last few days, it does look most likely we've just started a fourth wave correction. I will be expecting choppy, overlapping sideways and lower movement to find support at the upper edge of the big maroon channel on the daily chart. That's all for me today with your S&P analysis, and I hope that all our members are having a fabulous day.